Okay. I need a little more water. This part of my hair dried, and it should be wet because I need my hair wet all the time. All right. Emily Askin. She's from out of state internet service provider. Is this how people don't pay internet hookup charges for the rest of their life? Emily Askin is like either from Minnesota or Florida or both. And I'm in state of Nevada, and she's doing something for internet that looks really expensive. It's a lifestyle I can't afford myself while the creation of the formed world is winding down into deceasement. I don't have that kind of money because you don't actually turn yourselves into jails and prisons and open up the banking, and then I would get a deceasement on myself. I wouldn't get the money, but you're tying up the money and holding me illegally alive in maniacal scream emergency for you to be in jails and prisons so I can be deceased. That means I'm not after your money. I need it frozen in the bank. And you don't freeze the money unless you went into jail and prison because you reported yourself as being a bank fraud and whatever other personal problems you might have. I delight in watching the YouTube video feed, but I am seeing that the person who is showing me the food that I would like to eat with my God, when we share the smile over the internet for a short time. I have not had internet for about 24 years of my life. I didn't have internet when there was internet in view in public. So I have internet service in the name of Charles Toe. It's his contract that I've been using for, I don't know, about a year. And other than that, I don't have internet. So that's how my God and I are like in the end in order to love myself using the internet, but I am also very angry. I post a lot of angry things on the internet on the YouTube channel that I have access to. So what about Emily Askin is one of the subscriptions. I did not subscribe to anything. I don't use subscriptions. I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know. It's not directly related to my leverage of deceasement of myself, but I can see it like on the feed, I guess you could call it, to the internet opening page. I see Emily Askin, or she's in the subscription section of the YouTube channel for Charles Toe, but I didn't subscribe. It just appeared. Side note, Carrie Underwood. And the ring on my left hand just appeared. Yes. What's this song? It's about her being, I don't know my last name. Yeah, Carrie Underwood, I don't know my last name. So what I wanted to say about Emily Askin is Askin. She has a food consumption that is highly expensive from my point of view. And she also has 2 small dogs that I would call in the group of dachshund. So, what about her is she looks a little angry in a way I don't want to need it for my own internet service consumption. What I do want out of Emily Askin is that she turn herself into the local jail for the very many things I've seen on the internet that are not acceptable. And the jail doesn't come looking for her, that they don't want that anymore on the internet, which would be very expensive travel, and then feeding animals a regular supply of food or a supply of food that looks expensive to go along with a very expensive supply of human food that Emily may herself eat, or she eats it with someone, or she might not eat it at all. She just presents it on the internet. It's very expensive. I asked Mitch for one of Emily Askin's videos for him to buy the supply for myself, and he blocked me. And that's the first time he ever did that. So I am also reporting that in this video, and I will post it on the internet. I will try to post it where Emily Askin can see the comment. But if that's not successful, because I also saw comments disappear, that means I don't know if the comment would hold for any other view because it disappears right in front of me. So that's possible that no one can read it, and including Emily, she cannot read it. Askin, I don't know her. Emily Askin cannot read it. Mitch is supplying me with food from the supermarket. And without him, no one will give me any food. Is really, I would like to say, in Mitch's credit, that Mitch gave me more food than I could ask for from Emily Askin internet videos. She doesn't offer anything that she consumes or she posts on the internet. She's promoting that you can buy it yourself. So I wanted to say that on the side of Mitch and on the side of Emily Askin, I don't actually reconcile that you don't know each other. You are in the same creator that way, and I am not in your creator my way. And I don't have what it takes to buy things for myself anymore because the banking is completely embezzled and embezzled. By that, I am homeless and the threatening at this time. I elsewhere had my own banking, but you don't do what you're supposed to do for me to have my own banking. So I'm elsewhere very far away from that now. I don't hold myself in alive with my own banking now. When Mitch blocked me, I died because I didn't have the food that he was giving me. And I don't have someone to replace that Mitch is going to block me again because he doesn't mentally afford me. Because he blocked me before, once, over this Emily Askin chocolate candy salad. That's what he blocked me over. And some of the other text messages, but that's what I asked for. He said no, and he blocked me. So I would like to say that it is hysterical that I know you. I do love chocolate and I need chocolate, but I didn't have the threatening that I was going to get blocked on the cell phone, and that was unfortunately my fault the wrong way. That's true that you have more internet service provider charges than you afford, because I'm not someone who should be blocked ever. I'll block you if I think there's something wrong with you. You don't block me if you think there's something wrong with me. If you think there's something wrong with me, there's something wrong with you. That goes into jail and prison. It's not correctable. And if Mitch doesn't want to go to jail and prison and use a jail's office that's inside of a jail to continue the feeding of myself, and the office needs to go after the people who are making the charges so you don't have to make repeated payments to the same cashiers. So Mitch didn't go into jail and get that done. If he doesn't know how or why, I'm stating it here. That's what you need in order to feed myself. Otherwise, it's going to be blocked again, and then I'm going to die, and then I need more food. And you're not really an abuser, are you? You are quite abusive. That's not invited. If you need to be abusive, you need to see a psychiatrist, a therapist. You need to see somebody else about how you owe money to myself and how you're going to get it to me nicely, because I'm not the one who has the problem. You are. Yes, you have to know what your problem is and say that I'm not the one with the problem. You are. It's not me. It's you. It's yourself. You have to say it's I to the therapist. And that's due to go into jails and prisons. And if you're in a jail and a prison and you have an office that's doing something for me, I'll let you know when I've moved on. But you are due an arraignment in jail so that you can go to a prison with deceased address. And that means you have to decease the address of the prison from being in the prison. And that means you don't owe anybody any money anymore. So what about all the people who are not in an address deceased? That means you're not in prison with the address deceased, and you are still threatening to give me food, clothing, and shelter for the rest of my life. But that's like most. What about the people I don't even know? If I don't know who you are and you're not in prison with a deceased address, you are putting yourself in utter peril, because I don't have your genitals deceased if I don't know who you are. And you are due in jails and prisons because I never met you in my life. Well, that's how to stop too much pressure on somebody such as Brian Figus that I accidentally did greet with, but I don't owe him that I know him because he's not from state of Nevada, where I am now in state of Nevada. He's caused a great expense because there are other people who are not himself, who are not myself, who I've never met in my life, and they're not in jails and prisons and trying to decease the address of the prison that they're in. So, you need to go into this consumption that you know this with yourself, and you don't just think somebody's going to state the order to you, and then you're going to decide whether or not you're going to get it done for yourself. You don't have sensitivity inside yourself the way I do, and you hurt me like I've never been hurt before in this lifetime because you don't know the order.